All right, today we're diving into something I find absolutely fascinating: high social sensitivity. We're going to break down 6 key signs, drawing from the insights in a great article called The Architect of Nuance. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a group and you just felt the entire vibe shift, even though nobody said a word? Or maybe you caught a tiny, fleeting look on someone's face that told you everything you needed to know? If you're nodding along right now, then you are definitely in the right place. Some people just seem to operate with this, well, it's almost like a social sixth sense. And no, we're not talking about being psychic. We're talking about being incredibly tuned in to all those little currents of human interaction that most people just sail right over. Think about it. It's that quiet tension you feel when someone new joins the conversation, or that silent, perfect understanding that flashes between two friends across a loud room. For some people, you don't just see this stuff happen, you feel it. Well, this sixth sense, this feeling of being so attuned, it's not just a vague idea. It actually has a name. So let's give this unique skill a proper definition so we can really get our heads around it. And there it is, high social sensitivity. The best way to think about it is like this. It's like you're experiencing the social world in 4K high definition. You're built to perceive, process, and understand all the subtle stuff, the tone of voice, the body language, the emotional subtext that other people might be getting in standard def. So how do you know if this is you? Well, we're going to walk through 6 telltale signs. Just think of them as pieces of evidence and let's see how many of them really resonate with you. Okay, first up, you notice the details. You really notice them. For you, a conversation isn't just about the words. It's about the entire symphony of communication happening all at once. This means you're the one who catches that split-second flash of disappointment on a friend's face. You hear that tiny waver in a confident voice, or that almost invisible pause before someone answers a tough question. These are the micro-cues that tell the real story. And for you, they're loud and clear. All right, on to sign number 2. This isn't just about what you notice in the moment. It's about what your brain does with that information afterwards. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You find yourself replaying a conversation from hours or even days ago, right? You're breaking it down, analyzing it, trying to get to the why behind everything that was said and unsaid. Your brain is basically a social detective, and it's always on the case. Sign number 3 is a big one. It's about your connection to emotion. You don't just see other people's feelings from a distance, you often feel like you absorb them. This is a classic example of what scientists call emotional contagion. For you, emotions aren't just inside people, they're in the air. A stressed person walks into the room, and suddenly, you're feeling tense. On the flip side, a happy, laughing group can totally boost your mood. You literally feel the room. And all of that, well, it leads us directly to our 4th sign. All this high-definition processing, all this emotional absorbing, it takes a toll on your energy. And let's be super clear here. This has nothing to do with being antisocial or being an introvert. It's about being overstimulated. In any social setting, your brain is running a marathon, tracking words, tones, body language, emotions, the whole shebang. So of course you need some quiet downtime to recharge that battery. Okay, our 5th sign, this is one you might hear from other people. Has anyone ever said to you, "Wow, you are such a good listener"? And if you think about it, this makes perfect sense, right? It's a direct result of everything else we've talked about. Because you notice the details and because you can feel what they're feeling, people feel truly seen and understood by you. They know you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're actually hearing them. And that brings us to our final sign, number 6. And honestly, this one can feel a little bit like a superpower. It's about being one step ahead of the curve. This is where your sensitivity becomes a real gift. You just know when a quiet coworker needs to be invited into the discussion, or when a stressed out friend just needs you to sit with them in silence. You anticipate their needs before they even have to ask. It's this beautiful, proactive kind of empathy. So we've walked through the signs, but now I want to reframe this whole idea with a really powerful metaphor from the source material. This isn't just about having a trait, it's about wielding a skill. Seriously, how cool is that? An architect of nuance. It just completely reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? It suggests design and skill and a deep understanding of how things are put together. You're not just living in the social world, you're seeing its hidden blueprints. But of course, like any powerful tool, is a double-edged sword. On one side, you have these incredible strengths, deep empathy, powerful intuition, and being an amazing team player. But the flip side holds the challenges. A real risk of emotional burnout, a tendency to overthink every interaction, and getting overstimulated easily. And this, right here, is the most important takeaway. High social sensitivity is not a flaw. It is not something wrong with you that needs to be fixed. Think of it as a finely tuned, high-performance instrument. The whole key is just learning how to play it well and how to take care of it. Which really leaves us with this one last question to chew on. When you look at it this way, is high social sensitivity a superpower to be harnessed, or is it a burden that just needs to be managed? The truth, as it usually is that it's probably a little bit of both.